Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. This is Zikomo Jones. Hopefully your day is going well. I want to talk to you guys about a very intense subject. I believe that definitely getting the attention, was getting my attention. I don't know if it's necessarily getting the attention of other people, but it's the 11th leading cause of death here in America. It's more than homicide. Um, about 94 people try to commit, this action every day. Um, Nearly 40, over 40,000, commit this every year. I want to talk to you guys about suicide. Suicide is basically an event that happens to where a person just feels that, there's no more hope in life and they voluntarily take their own life. Um, I was doing some research on this matter, and I've gotten to know a little bit more about suicide. One of the most leading effects with the suicide, it comes with depression. A lot of people in this world are depressed. I didn't actually look up the statistic as far as the depression part, but a lot of people are depressed, man, and a lot of people are going through storms in life, and it's not a box of chocolates. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely nothing that you can just pick. I know that we try to see what we're made of, in this world, and some of us fall short. You know, um, it's definitely something that, like I say, just needs to be brought out, out in the open. And I'm definitely here to just bring it out in the open, and to talk about it, and to let people know that hey, you have somebody here to talk to. You have my YouTube channel that you can, if you have any questions, man, or if you just need to vent about something, man, you can definitely come to me. I've been having a few phone calls of people that are talking to about attempting to do it. Most people that you talk to, when you say that, yeah, I've, gotten phone calls about people trying to commit suicide. Some people will say, well, oh, it's just a wolf ticket. You know what I'm saying? They're just, probably doing it for attention or whatever the case may be. I can't sit here and say yes. I can't sit here and say no. I just know for the fact that when I get a phone call or if someone talks to me about the situation, that I drop everything at that moment, and I give them my attention, whether it be that they need it or not, because it's a very serious matter. It's very real, and I definitely want to be there for people, because I don't want to ever be in a situation to where I need somebody and people think that oh, you're just using it to come up for attention or whatever the case may be. Because most people, when you have suicide issues, man, and when you have suicide thoughts, it's not necessarily what you see on the outside, is what's going on the inside. It's going on what's in the heart. It's going on what's in the mind, because there are different things on top of depression that causes a person to feel that their life is hopeless and that they can't go on anymore. There are people who have just anxiety problems, man. They have chemical imbalance. You have people who, have schizophrenia. You have people who are bipolar. You have people just with many other different illnesses that they go through, man, that, that they have on top of, what they have to endure with the world. They may have lost a job. They may have lost, a friend. They may be in a relationship. People take pain differently, and, I can't sit here and make fun or mock somebody who sits here and says, "Hey, that I want to take my life," because you're saying it for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You're not saying it just because it's just something that Hey, let me just pull this rabbit out of my hat and just say, "Hey, I want to kill myself," because I've been in situations before, younger, growing up, to where I've made the statements to where Hey, if I just die, man, I'll rest in peace. I believe that you know, um, there's more damage to that situation than what most people think. Because when, to me, when you commit suicide, you not necessarily you're selfish and that you give up on yourself, but you don't know the effect that it will have, upon everybody else. Um, I lost a good friend, this July, man, to suicide, man. And a lot of you guys know Milton and stuff or whatever, and it's very difficult, man. It's very difficult to really even do this video to talk about this subject, but it needs to be said, because I put out a helping hand. You know what I'm saying? And the killing part is that Milton knew for a fact that I was there. And Milton's whole thing was, I know that you're there, man, and I love you and I care for you. I know that you're in my corner. I he recognized what I was going through in life or what I'm dealing with in life, and he would sit there and be like, well, Bubba, I know that you got your hands full, and I know that you got your plate full. So not saying that he was trying to just do it on his own because of what's going on in my place, but the fact of the matter is that he knew that someone was there for him, which made a bit of difference. I've took his passing very, very difficult. I took it very hard. I took it so hard that my eyes almost got swollen shut from the tears and from just the agony of it because I'm looking on the outside, but I didn't know what was on the inside. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at the fact that, hey man, I'm here. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. And we as humans, we can only really take a person, we can only not necessarily get it out of him, but we can only go so far. And I didn't know that he was possibly dealing with depression and just probably the pressures of this world and things of that nature. Most people in life, if you talk to them about something bad, if you try to go to an elder or if you try to go to a higher superior person, most people will tell you, one of these three, statements, and one of them is keep going, one of them is don't quit, and the other one is just pray. And I agree with all of them, but however, there's more to it than that because to me, when a person says these three statements, not saying that you really don't give a crap about them or whatever, but it's just like apply these in your life and you'll be good. But the fact of the matter is that you have to probably put in some work. Like if I didn't care about the phone calls that I get. If I didn't care about making this video with this subject, I wouldn't do it. But I'm sitting here showing the initiative that I care because personally I want to change the world. I can't do it by myself. There's no S on my chest. I'm not Superman. I'm not a superhero. But I'm using my energy to let my voice be heard. To let people know that hey, you have somebody. Like I did a test and I actually called that hotline, the suicide hotline. I forgot which one that I actually called, and I was actually disappointed because within the 10 minutes, the lady that I was talking to, the representative, she actually started getting frustrated with me about how I was talking and the information that she had given me. I was like, yeah, I appreciate it, but I'm it really still doesn't solve the issue. I'm saying like I understand what you're saying. I see the light. I see the flicker of the light. I can't say that I see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I see the flicker of the light, and I'm gonna go in that direction. It's just hard because to me with suicide, you have all these walls and things built up, and you have just all of these just demons that are fighting you and stuff. But once you can get a glimpse of life, what I'm saying, like I believe that you will get the strength to go on. And I remember saying that, and the woman, she called it attitude, and I was just like, wow, if I was a person that really wanted to commit suicide, man, you would, if I was on a bridge or if I had a gun to my head, you would have heard the gun, you would have heard the splash. What I'm saying? You would have heard the car wreck. You would have heard, whatever you would have, whatever I was going to do to end my life, you would have heard because, how she came about was rude. It's like it's like you don't care. It's like, I don't know if you read scripts or whatever the case may be. And I'm not drawing a conclusion over the whole like hotline thing and saying don't call them and stuff or whatever the case may be. But just that one woman, man, like it was just a bad, it was just a bad taste in my mouth, and it was just heartbreaking because again, there may be people out there who are reaching out to you, man, and I understand that your life may be busy as well. Hell, you may have just as bad as thing going on with your life, but there's strength in numbers, man. There's strength in numbers. One scripture that I use a lot, man, is iron sharpens iron. So does a friend. If a person calls you, man, what I'm saying, you should take that as value. You should take that as an honor because there are millions of people out here, man. The few phone calls that I've gotten, man, for people that have told me that they've tried to attempt suicide, man, I've taken it as honor that the fact of the matter is that they have come to a point to where they're willing to open up and to talk to me about the situation. And of all people in the world, granted, they called me, and so therefore I feel that I'm the most qualified person for the job. And so therefore, like I say, I'm making this video, man, to spread the word, man, to spread the word to honestly, don't quit. Like if I honestly can give you advice, it's really the same thing, man. It's just pray for your universe or pray for whatever you need to pray. I don't know your religious belief or your things or whatever, man, but don't quit, man. I will tell you to open up. You know what I'm saying? I will tell you to open up and to talk about the situation, because once we get to a point in life to where we figure out what the problem is, then we can we can take the initial steps for getting a resolution to, not necessarily for you to be delivered from the situation, but find a point in your life to where you feel that your hope is coming back. Because like I say, with the depression and with the suicide, most people feel that they have no more hope. I'm saying that they feel that they're at the dead end. It's done, it's over. My life is just done. I've been there before, because my mom, a lot of people don't know, my mom was in the hospital as a young kid, and so therefore I had to grow up, me and my sister, at young ages, at 13 and 14 years old, we had to become adults. So therefore we had to be there. We